Hi, my name is Kandy Nkowji, and we're going to be cooking crab soup from my cookbook, Nkowji's Cooking, Vietnamese Cuisine, okay? First, we're going to clean the blue shell crab. This is blue shell crab. It's always made with blue shell crab, and it's pink now because I already cooked it, obviously. But we're going to change this. We're going to clean it. So this is how you clean it. You open the back. And usually I would have something to dump it in, but I don't. You pull that apart. You see those nice, delicious eggs? We're going to keep those. We're going to put it in this little bowl right here. Okay? Now, what you want to do is break the mouthpiece off. This is the ventilation system. We don't eat that. And then, once that's done, we break these apart. Inside the crab, you notice the meat and the eggs. This piece, I believe, is their kidney. We don't want that piece either. So that goes. And that's how you clean the crab. Okay, so now we're going to start actually cooking the soup, the crab soup. So now we have about 14 quarts of pot, and we have 8 quarts of water in it. So if you want to just, we're going to try to give you a visual so you can see how much water in comparison to the pot that you have. It really doesn't matter what size your pot is or how much you want to make. I happen to make a lot because I'm greedy. But that's besides the point, and I have tons of friends that comes over and they eat the food that I cook. So therefore, I have a huge pot. But you can use any size pot, but I want you to see the measurements is equal to the water measurements on any size pot you have. So he's going to show you that. So now that you've seen this process, okay, what I'm going to do is normally we put whole onions in for the flavor. I don't have any today, my fault. But what I do have is the crabs that we cleaned. That's going to be your first ingredient. And we're going to dump it shell and all with the legs and everything, so that's in there. That's going to come to a boil. Meanwhile, I'm going to put some lobster base. You don't have to do this. The alternative is chicken bones. Make the stock, take the chicken bones out, do this process. That's even better, but this is what I have on hand. This is what I'm going to use is lobster base, and it's a crab, you know, lobster, crab, seafood, all the same. It's going to taste very good. All right, so that's what we're going to do at this particular time. I need a spoon. Maylin, my sous chef, is going to get me a spoon because I neglected to get the spoon. So
that's why I'm here.
There you go. So there's Maylin getting the spoon. All right, and this is a tablespoon. Okay, and we're going to use probably this much of it. All right, we put that in. And you want it to dissolve, and in a couple minutes you'll stir it again. That's it. Okay, so now the water is boiling. So what we want to do with the flames is we want to turn it to low to medium. More on the low side than the medium, okay? So we want to turn it maybe one-fourth of the width between low and medium, okay? Then we're going to go over here. We're going to go over here and we're going to cut some onions. Well, these are not Spanish onions or white onions or red onions. These are shallots. And like I told you earlier, I don't have any onions, but I do have shallots. They're similar. They're just sweeter than the other onions. Valerian's onions, they're sweeter, but these ones will do, and they have a stronger burning for your eyes. So if you're a crybaby when you cut onions, you want to freeze them for at least 10 minutes and then take them out and cut them, and that will take down the issue with the crying. Okay, and if that doesn't help, you, then you can use any type of onion aside from red onions. Do not use red onions in this dish. It doesn't have enough flavor for that. Okay, so we're just going to peel the shallots, and shallots are originated from France. So there we go, we have the shallots. All right, we're going to take the shallots, cut them in half, and it's in a soup, so you don't have to be fancy. Just, oops, and don't cut your hands. That's a great plus if you don't cut your hands. So we're going to put them in there, and we're going to chop all 3. That's all I have here, and that's what I'm going to use. Because, you know, in these economic times, we can't afford to waste. So there you go. And this one looks white, but it actually is shallots. So there's, I don't know why this one is white, but it is. The other ones are a purplish, light purple color, almost lavender. But we cut it 3 ways. So once we're done with that, we put it in our little bowl. And we're going to put it in the soup with a mixer. So now we're going to make sure that lobster base is mixed well. before we add it in. And we don't want to disturb the meat, so you don't want to go too quickly with the mixer. But you want to go from the bottom, and you want to fill the bottom because the chicken base have a tendency to lie down in the bottom of the pot. So that's why normally you make that without the crab or whatever kind of meat first. So it dissolves properly and evenly. Okay, so now we're going to add the shallots. In your case, if you want to use onions, you can. If you want to use the roots of green onions, you can, and that's going to sit there. So now, our second thing is, you know all those good eggs that we kept? Now we're going to put it in this bowl. And what we're actually going to do with this is add, for this amount, okay, you can add 1 egg, but I'm going to add 2 eggs. And you don't want any drippings of the eggs because contamination, and nobody's trying to get sick. I know not me, but so please
not
don't.
Me.
All right, so then you have the 2 eggs in there, and we're going to mix the eggs, and not too hard, but we're going to mix the eggs a little well in there. It's not going to be an omelet, but you want to try to break the pieces up also. But you start it off very, very slow, or as slow as I can do it. This is the slowest I can do it. Since I know the end results, you might want to take it a little slow. It's mixed well. We'll get all that off. And the sous chef is going to put this in the sink for us because she's just a great sous chef, Maylin.
Ling ling.
And that in the trash. Not the knife. Not the knife. I need the knife. I need the knife. Never grab a knife like that. I'm still not good enough to not get cut. So we're going to pour the eggs in slowly with the egg mixture with the other eggs, the crab eggs. So then what it's going to form is like this little yellow rippets. You see those little yellow rippets in there? And you're going to want that base. And you do it slowly. You don't want to contaminate it so fast. And I don't mean to say contaminate or mix it so fast. So you just want to do a little moving around because eggs and the boiling water will cook very quickly. You don't want large clumps of it. So that's why we're pouring it this manner. Even though it will disperse because it's water with egg mixture. But you want to do it in such a form that it looks really, really good. And all those eggs and the crab eggs. And I don't know what that is, but that's not going in there. That piece is not going in there. So we're going to put everything else in and give this to the sous chef. And that's our crab mixture for right now. So here we are again today. This is day 2 of cooking the crab soup. So this soup takes at least 18 hours to cook. So we did the first process, and now we're on to the second process, is prepping the toppings for the soup. Okay, so now we're gonna clean the shrimp for the crab soup. So these shrimps have head and shell, and I don't want you guys to be afraid of the shrimp. It's not gonna kill you. And Maylin, my sous chef, say hi, Maylin.
Hello.
She is gonna clean the shrimp, and she's gonna show you guys how to do it. All right, and these shrimps are from South Carolina, Carolina shrimp. So we want to advertise our Carolina coastline. We're in Boston, so we're not that far apart. 800 miles. Okay, so now she's going to do that part. I'm going to wash my hands because I don't want to contaminate much or anything.
All right, so first you take off the head. Disgusting. Then you're going to come down here, start peeling it off from the bottom. Take all that, take the feet out, or whatever that is, and the tail. Okay, grab a knife, place it right in the middle, and that black shit, you take it out. Okay, and then you do the same to the bottom of the shrimp. Oh, you don't want that either. Hello again. So this is the stone crab. This is the topping that's going to go with the crab soup. So turn it around. What I like to do first is just take off the legs. All of them. See? you want to take this out. Throw that away. Put it somewhere. Take these off. Floss. Alright, then you take the mouthpiece. Throw that away. Then you grab this, you put your finger inside, crack it. Same thing here. So that'll make it easier. Alright, so next step is grab it right here. You put your index finger and your thumb right here. And just hold it with your other hand. Well, actually, let's take out the juice. I hate that juice. Oh, it doesn't have a lot. Maybe you should try. Alright, so grab it, hold it down with your other hand.
Wow.
So, you throw that away. That's garbage. Alright, so next thing you take out is the ventilators. These you don't need. Take out all that stuff out. Ventilators. You don't need none of this stuff. That yellow stuff. You don't want nothing that is not white in here. Okay. You just take this and then you just start taking out the meat. Alright, so I showed you how to clean the body of the crab. So this is the claw. There's like 3 little parts. You just break it. The meat comes right off. I love it. Take this meat out, put it with the rest. We have a mountain of meat of crab meat. Put it there.
Mountain.
Alright, let's take out the inside meat. This is a really bad crab. Like, there's no meat in there. That's all it had. Now, we're going to take the knuckles. Break it. There's going to be a little bit of meat in here. There should be some meat in here. Take that out. Take all the meat out. Well, anyways, that's how you break it. Grab the claw. Grab the knuckles again and break it again. Take it all out.
It's so delicious.
It smells good. I love the smell of crabs.